Welcome back to Big Friendly Letters, the podcast, a conversational podcast between creative minds. I'm Adam Christopher at Bite Sized AC. Joining me, as always, is the award-winning horror novelist J.J. Phillips. J.J., what up?
You know what's up? I have the coolest pencil.
Where did you acquire this pencil? In which universe did this pencil become acquired?
Well, what's really cool is this pencil is vintage with my initials on it.
It's a vintage JJ pen?
Yeah, well, okay, so you can engrave pens and pencils, right? So basically it's a Tiffany & Company sterling silver mechanical pencil. And it has the initials JJ engraved on it. And it came like that.
Okay. Is the wood vintage? Like how does it get to be a vintage pencil though? I don't understand. It's like number 1 instead of number 2? How's it work?
Well, Tiffany & Company comes out with several different things every season. And it's a sterling silver Tiffany & Company mechanical pencil.
Oh. Mechanical pencil. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. It's the Iron Man of pencils.
It's pretty freaking cool. It's like you kind of just like slightly twist it and it's like really, really fine lead comes out. It's really cool. I'm like over here having a fit over my pencil. I was at Staples today and I was good.
How were you good?
I put in order to have it delivered and I left.
Wow. You didn't purchase any additional things while you were in there?
No, and they tried. They really tried. And it was so difficult. It was like, and he was following me out the door and he's still telling me about stuff they have on sale. And I am not listening. I am thinking about cheeseburgers or something because I can't deal with him.
So Scooter is memeing along in the Discord trying to distract us from recording the show as he always does. It never goes well for me when we got Scooter in the Discord memeing. This is a meeting. This is the actual footage. This is a meeting between Scooter and JJ. When JJ comes in and she goes, okay, so here's the thing. We just get a camel. Then we have a winner. There's a vacation involved, possibly water. I need a drink. I'm kind of thirsty. But at the end of the day, we just have this live crocodile and we get a basement. But ultimately, the person who wins gets $100. What do you think? And Scooter's like, yeah, nah, you know what? I'm gonna get back to you on that. I'm gonna put together some ideas on that and I'll whiteboard that. And JJ's like, cool. And then it's like, and then next thing we know, here we are.
No, I literally have no idea. I was just like, I don't know. Maybe make a contest or something because contests always make people excited.
Yeah, no, I would love to. I love contests. So it could be like the. So now there's White Castle in the chat room pictures. This is great. I love that we have like a visual aspect to our audio program, which is fantastic, by the way. Yeah.
Where are we?
Eligible. No,
I'm in the wrong room.
Oh, you're in the wrong chat. You're probably in production chat. You got to go to the shows. And click on the Big Friendly Letters Lounge in the Discord.
Not the theater.
LLC Discord. There you go.
Not theater,
right? The theater is where where we record the show, but also people can stop by and listen to us live recording the show, and the theaters, and that's under live broadcast, BFL 42 Theater.
I have joined you officially. Here we are. Okay.
Oh, you have.
Yes, I am in the room.
JJ has entered the room. Ready,
did.
Player One.
I entered the room. Thank you.
Well. Oh, now that you see the chat bar and you see that there's like the GIF or the GIF or the GIF.
You can say it however you want. This is what's cool about this stuff is we get to make the rules, you know?
Right. So all right. So go to the GIF box. And you click on the GIF box there. It'll bring up a search box for tenor. And there you can search any sort of thing that your heart fancies, and it will come up with a snappy or memey sort of GIF that you can put in the chat.
I miss
that's
Elmo.
That's how we play the game.
I really do miss Elmo.
What happened? Is Elmo gone? Is there?
I don't know. I haven't. Well, I mean,
someone?
I'm old now, so I don't. I mean,
Like
I really don't have any
your personal
excuse to.
Elmo?
I don't have any excuse to watch Elmo, so I have no idea if Elmo is still even on.
I think he's on. Well, at least the puppet is still on. I think the other dude is probably not doing that still. With the whole
Yeah, that's
Elmo
a lot of
tail
dancing.
things.
Look
Probably
at
not doing.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I could keep that up for any long duration of time.
Well, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish when you put your mind to it. You really just gotta.
Oh, I hired a personal
You have to
trainer.
put your hands in. You did. How'd that
hmm
go?
It
What's
went pretty
what's
smoothly.
what's their name?
I paid the money, and they personally trained me.
To do what though? What are they training
Oh,
you in?
it's
Kung Fu?
fitness. It's just regular fitness,
Oh,
and it's basically working out. It's like because honestly, it's really difficult sometimes when you're to make a workout routine that's going to work for you, I know, and not against you, and to get the results that you want. So basically, I hire a personal trainer so that way I can so that way I can get the results that I want and deal with someone that actually knows how to get there. Not like just just do 5 push-ups, you'll be fine. No, that's not how it works.
right, right. You got somebody like screaming in your ear, being like, "Let's
No.
go,
I
mush,
mean, basically,
mush."
it's virtual, so it'd be like it'd be on the on the video conference type thing, and basically we would basically would just doing reps of things and making sure one I can't always see myself even though I have a mirror, but a lot of times like if your form's off, it can actually hurt you and not benefit you in any way, shape, or form. So they watch for your form. They come up with things that will get you the results that you want. For me, I don't really want muscle mass as much as I want toning. So I probably wouldn't do much with the weight system or as much with the weight system unless if I were trying to get like muscle mass and build up like build up muscle.
You know what would be huge though is I know for sure there's a lot of uh, what do you call your JJ fans, by the way? Do they have like a name? Like, I'm a fan of a band called Cracker. They call their fans the Crumbs, right? So is there like, what do you, is there a sort of
Oh,
a name for
that's
the,
actually really cute. I know Katy Perry has the Katy Cats.
but what are we gonna call the JJ fans, the JJ faithful? What are we gonna? No name yet is what Scooter's
No.
saying. Name the fan club, fan club.
Oh my God, how funny.
Name the
That is
insert
actually really funny.
insert name fan club.
Oh
I think
my
that's where we're
God.
gonna have to start out with is insert name fan
I
club.
actually like that. That's kind of fun. So yeah, basically that's what that is though. Is as far as like working out and stuff, it's really one of those things that you have to get to go specifically with you. Like remember, I had heart surgery recently, so I have to deal with someone that
Right,
knows
right.
kinesiology and knows how to deal with all the different crap that comes with me. So they don't kill me
Oh yeah.
because
No, absolutely. No, absolutely.
because
Yeah, I
they can't.
remember you took that one
Oh,
episode off to have heart surgery. I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. So it's like I can't have someone sit there and go, "Hey, I need you to do 500 burpees," and I can barely do three. And I'll be like, "Oh God, no." I hate burpees, but yeah. So it'd be more like someone that can come up with a workout routine that has maybe a lot of reps with minimal weight, but it would be all about form and toning muscle instead of building mass, and it would be light on cardio.
Yeah, that's my so my approach to exercise right now is namaste in bed. That's that's how I get down.
Well, you still burn calories when you sleep, so
Yeah, see that's my defense is that even sleeping
you know what?
uh,
I do know it's true.
is that's I'm more of a Peter B. Parker kind of guy. That's
Oh my, oh my. I had a person at the conventions that I met that dressed up as Spider-Man and that did all that parkour stuff and was just amazing. I just you know how when someone does something and they're really really good at it, they make it look easy, but it's not, right?
right, right.
You just watch it because it's an art form. It's beautiful. It's fluid. It's God. It's amazing. And you know, they're making it look easy, but you know that shit's hard. And you know you have to practice constantly. You know that person really dedicated a lot of time to doing that, right?
Yeah, you got to get the 10,000 hours in.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful art form. And I was just like, wow. He is so good that you literally watch him and you're like, I think I could do that. No, 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 no. You would need to practice for like 10 years. But that's not the way it feels when you're watching him. It's like, just, it's a thing of beauty. It's gorgeous. You watch it and you're like, oh, I want to do that. Oh my God, it's so pretty. But you don't realize that. I mean, you do know it because you subconsciously know that it takes a lot of time, work, effort, and blood, sweat, tears, and heart to be able to do what they're doing. But yeah, you're like, God, so pretty. Yeah,
Oh, for sure, for sure. No black swans I'm gonna take 100 points away from
I
Scooter's.
did ballet.
Oh, you did? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's you. Oh, so for how long?
4 years. I think it was 4 years. I only did one. I think I only did 1 year of toe, but 4 years of soft.
That's to me, that's all Greek. What you just said to me was, well, I went to Rivendell and talked to a hobbit. I'm like, oh yeah, all right
Okay.
on, man.
I fucking adore you. You're great. No, we'll just say it. I did ballet at one point in my life. Yes, and that stuff's not easy either, but it's great for coordination.
Oh yeah. That has always, by the way, freaked me out that the dude from the Matrix was also the dude from Lord of the Rings. That has always sort of been a thing for me. Like it's hard for me to watch either of those movies without thinking of him just being the just like one continuous character in both of those movies. Like he just gets on the
He's
boat
very
and goes to the
distinct looking.
Matrix essentially.
Yeah, he's extremely
Oh yeah.
distinct looking because he has
Yeah.
those features that are very that they stand out, and so it's really hard not to see both characters in the same thing.
Yeah, now we know where the hobbits went. They went to the Matrix.
They did, and they're probably hanging out with the woman in the red dress.
Oh right. Oh my gosh, that was so. It was such a genius touch to be like, look, these human beings are trapped in this essentially submarine for years on end. Of course, they've got like hardcore interactive porn, right? Like, of
Okay, so
course they do.
yeah, yeah, and it's
No, I mean that's essential. That's exactly what it was because I mean, they have a conversation about it at the dinner table, like about how
yeah.
like they've all sort of spent their time with the woman in the red dress or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty rock. I mean, I remember whenever I saw the first Matrix in theaters. I went to the I was I went actually to go see it with some friends of mine. Gosh, that was a long time ago. But yeah, I got to see it in theaters, and it was badass.
For me, The Matrix was one of my most favorite of all time movie marketing campaigns because the the marketing of it was essentially just the tagline. Unfortunately, nobody can be told what the Matrix is. You just have to experience it. And the previews were very sparse. At least the early teaser trailers were very
Yeah.
sparse in information. And I went and saw it the opening night, the first night you could
Mhm.
go see it.
Mhm.
And so I did not live in that world where all the trailers were coming out with like showing the bullet dodging and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I went into it completely fresh and
Yeah.
completely unaware of exact. I just knew it was going to be cool sci-fi, right? I was just like, oh, this seems like a movie I'd be into, right? It seems like a
Well,
sci-fi,
yeah.
like a Philip K. Dick kind of thing, and I love Philip K. Dick stuff. So like, you know, but yeah, then what we got was the Matrix, and it was just one of those incredible moments that you have in cinema, that you don't.
Well,
It's
and
not all,
also,
sometimes you go to a movie, it's whatever, right? But like
yeah,
sometimes you go to a
but
movie and it's a complete game changer.
yeah, this was definitely that. I actually was so excited because they introduced my friends to Rage Against the Machine, and I was so damn happy.
Oh wow, your friends still hadn't come around to Rage Against the Machine by then?
Nope, they didn't have any
Wow,
idea what the
man.
heck I was singing along with. I was like, yes!
Like if you're not in with Bulls on Parade, how do you miss that entry point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. That was awesome. And they're like, oh, I've never heard this before. This is great. I was like, I told you. Anyway,
Oh my gosh. What was your first Rage album? Like when did you get into Rage?
Uh, Gosh, it was the black and white one with the burning person or something.
Yeah,
That was like my
yeah,
favorite
killing in the
song. It was the
name.
first one I'd ever heard of theirs, actually. If you wanted to know, I didn't. That was like that was my introduction to them, and then
Oh, nice. No,
and
that's a good entry point. That's a good entry point.
and that's pretty much where I just basically was like, I love these guys, and I was addicted.
Yeah, it's too bad that brand like imploded though, right? Like they just like fell
Yeah.
apart at some point.
It actually really, really, I honestly will admit this, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I cried. I really did.
Oh, when Rage broke up, it was like a
Yeah,
Beatles moment for you.
yeah, I cried. I was like, they're
Aw.
not gonna make any
That
more cool tunes.
yeah, but Zach is still making music.
Yeah, but that wasn't the
Yo,
point.
Ghost of Tom Joad though by Real Talk, my favorite Rage song,
Yeah.
easily. Hey, cool cats! Just want to take a minute here and tell you about Hyperreal Media Group, HMGLLC.shop. It's the best place to go to get art from around the adjacent universe. You want a cool shower curtain? You want your shower curtain to have a cat face on it? I got your shower curtain with a cat face on it. HMGLLC.shop. Do you want a lamp that's in the shape of a box that you can hang that has a cat face on it? I've got a lamp in the shape of a box with a cat face on it that you can have. HMGLLC.shop. Art from the adjacent universe.
Hey y'all, this is Chris from In the Corner of a Dream. You're listening to another quality podcast from Hyperreal Media Group. You can search for In the Corner of a Dream on any streaming platform, iTunes, Amazon, or go to inthecornerofadream.com. Original indie rock recorded way down south in New Orleans.
So many stories told, and I can't understand.
No, man, like that's like I'm okay. So like killing in the name of and like um, all of the other sort of
Yeah.
songs you can name or think of when you think of Rage Against the Machine, like they're all wonderful and all great and all that. But for me, like the Ghost of Tom Joad is just incredible. It's so like you can see the campfire light when you hear that song. You know, like it's
Yeah.
just and you hear and it sounds like you sound like you're under a highway bridge. You know.
Yeah.
And Zach De La Rocha is kind of scary anyway. He's kind of a scary dude. So
Yeah, the first time I ever saw their video, I was like, oh, this is what these people look like. Because, sometimes the picture in your head that you have is not what you see. So,
yeah, for
I didn't.
sure. No, if he wasn't a lead singer of Rage, he would probably be some sort of like political terrorist.
I don't know if yeah, honestly, I think you're exactly right. That's absolutely terrifying to think of that way. But yes, because he was very different than what I thought he was. I mean, because like I said, you listen to somebody and you think they're going to look a certain way or something like that. For some reason, you have some sort of predisposition to decide this subconsciously. And then you see them and you're like, oh, whoa, I did not see that coming. All right.
Oh yeah, right. I mean, and dude had the raucous, like he had the super hardcore like rock and roll afro too. They were just
Yeah.
like the super curly, like super frizzy rock and roll afro.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Yeah, I like their
Did
music.
you have you checked out any of his solo stuff? He's still making music though. I know
No,
Rage
I
isn't
haven't. I
around, but he's still
probably
making
need to do
music.
that. I just haven't gotten around. Honestly, I am not the best with this kind of stuff. I just probably need to get around to it and just do it, instead of just sitting there saying, oh, I should probably do that. And then I go off on my tangent, whatever. And
Yeah, it's I think that it's called "The Days Are All Night." I think it is. Maybe
okay,
Scooter will link it in the Discord
okay.
chat. So that's the sort of like a Discord chat's been like our live show notes for
Yeah,
listeners, just so you know. Like if you check us out at Discord / HMG LLC or Hyperreal Media Group, and you come to our Discord. Plus, you get like we invite people like on our like there's all over. You're on Facebook, I'm on Facebook, Scooter's on Facebook, inviting people, and like on Twitter. If you find us on Twitter, we can invite you there and stuff like that. So anyway, but that's where we do our show notes are essentially live in that chat room, right? That's why we don't like send out show notes with the show and stuff like that. So and people hear us talking about, oh, this is in the chat or whatever. And obviously JJ forgets that we're not like live visually or whatever. So like sometimes she'll just be talking and you'll hear her go like she'll be like, oh yeah, huh, that's funny, and then she'll keep talking because she's looking at the Discord. That's why, because Scooter's successfully derailing the show by putting something in that she like. Usually it's a picture of JJ with unicorns or something like
oh
that,
my
right?
God, that's the best picture ever. It's like my favorite picture. I mean, I hate pictures of me.
I know. You famously do not like pictures of yourself.
Oh, I hate them. Yeah, I absolutely hate them. But
So in that black and white photo though, that one of your most popular Yeah, it's
Popular.
promotional stills. Which one of those is Scooter?
None of them.
Oh, I see. I had my money on the middle dude, or the dude. Sorry, the dude being the table. I thought the dude being the table was Scooter.
No.
That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people. I'm like, that's Scooter right there holding the table.
I don't know how Chris would feel about that.
No, I just should this be the point of the show where we segue to talking about how many porn stars you know, or is that is this a bad time? Is that awkward, or like?
Well, I just want you to not go to to divorce court because you said something about like I'm not allowed to talk about porn because of wife.
No, it's not that I'm not allowed to discuss it. I just
I hung out in your trunk for like ever, and your wife like freaked out and thought I was weird. Thought it was weird, didn't she?
no, she thought it was so weird though because like she goes in to put groceries in. There's just this poster, this JJ, like this huge JJ poster, just sort of like sprawled out in the trunk. Just because like we went to it was Horror Hound, I think it was, right? Yeah, yeah. And I picked up a bunch of your stuff. And
Yeah,
like, cause we got to talking and stuff like that, and so you gave me some posters and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. When I got back from coming out of the conference, right, like I popped the car open and like tossed everything in. I had like gift bags and all this kind of stuff and things that I bought or whatever, and I threw it all in the car, and then like somehow when I got home and I like scooped up all the stuff from the conference and all these things, like your stuff had like fallen out of the bags or whatever. So it just been living like it'd been literally living in my car forever. And so like I didn't know that it was in there though. I forgotten that it was because I
yeah.
had multiple copies of it. So like I didn't know it was in the fucking trunk. So then like for like a week, my wife's like going like getting groceries and shit, and she's like opening it up, and she thinks that like I'm trying to like James Bond hide this poster in the trunk. Like I think that she won't find it there, but then I'm putting it there because I'm like trying to like go out at night and like pop the trunk and like take a sneak peek at this like poster that I have or whatever. But like, so she's just trying to figure out like, so she's trying to play it cool. Like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't find his secret, you know, poster porn stash. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't find it, and I'm gonna just let this play out, and we'll see where this goes.
Oh my gosh, you have to do
Until
it.
we are, oh man, and so we're getting groceries one day. Oh man.
It's okay.
Uh,
Too.
No, I don't know. Like, it's just so hard because, like, okay, so when we talked about this story before, we talked about it on a different podcast, right? And that,
Yeah.
so essentially, the story ends in insinuating that not only did I keep J.J. Phillips in the trunk of my car, but the only reason that my wife is not in the trunk of the car is because she wouldn't fit.
Yeah, that's what you
Because
said.
so she pops. Yeah, because she pops open the trunk. 'Cause we're both at the grocery store coming to the car. She pops open the trunk, and it's sort of staring us in the face. This huge J.J. Phillips poster, this black and white poster, and so she's like, "So who's that?" And I'm like, "It's J.J. Phillips." Why is she in the trunk? Because she wouldn't fit. Like, she just put the groceries in the car and closed the car and kind of went on with her day. And that was the. So then, of course, the whole ride home was more like this. Had to explain where all the materials had come from.
That is awesome. I'm sorry. That was the best comeback answer thing ever. You wouldn't fit.
Yeah, it's just you got to be.
Damn.
Well, and that's the thing is like if you know my wife and I, we have that sort of relationship, much like you and your friends and you and your husband have that very like niche sort of communication and relationship
Right.
style, right? But it's hard to like in the Gen Pop to be like, yeah, I made a joke about throwing my wife in the trunk in this
I
climate,
know.
in
I
this day and age, in this
know.
climate, right? It's hard to sort of like to say like, oh yeah, just casually joking about throwing my wife in the trunk,
Right.
So out of context, right? People be like, oh my god, like is she okay? Did we
Oh my
insult
God, yeah,
somebody?
that's actually true. And no, but that's actually really funny. But unfortunately, yeah, true. If it was taken out of context, but
Yeah, I don't. And if anybody, had ever experienced anything remotely similar to that, right? Like, I don't want to like make light of their previous experience or make light of that thing. But my wife and I just sort of have that
right,
sense of humor.
yeah,
So we also have this devolving language that starts out like, so like, she'll ask me like, we're at the store. Oh, do you have any cash? And I'll say, I got Johnny. Like, which is a $5 bill. I don't know why. So Johnny Cash became $5, right? So then it became do you have any cash? And I'd be like, Reno, you know. And I don't know why it just keeps devolving into like, so we have all of these code words for things that we don't need to, because I think it's at some point when you've been married long enough, you get so good at communicating that like you just be like, well, let's start over. Let's just start over. And I just come in and one day they're just speaking Elvish, you know, because you're just, you know, you're bored, right? Like you're just sort of trying to master each other's language, right? So
That's actually cool though, because that's how you can tell a relationship is working, you know? You have to have your own things. Yeah, I'm just saying you have to have your own things. I mean, we have like he and Tommy and I have this joke about you know, if you don't make if you like throw something at the wastebasket and you make it, the Pistons are calling the you know the basketball team, but if you don't make it, they're not calling. So yeah, it's just kind of like absolutely stupid because he was doing that at work. He was telling me about it. He threw it and he made the basket. He's like, the Pistons are calling, and everybody at work looks at him like he's crazy. He's like, never mind, because he didn't want to have to try to explain it.